So unless you've been living under a rock for a year or so, you might know that since late last year or early this year, there has been a massive semiconductor and GPU shortage. Now, the CPU and the other semiconductor side of things have recovered a little bit, but GPU shortage keeps on going. Now, this shortage means rising prices of GPUs, twofold, threefold, depending on who you ask. So NVIDIA cards are affected more because of their mining hash rate, and AMD cards are maybe 2x because they're still okay at mining. And then there's the problem of scalpers, where people actually just get it first, then hoard it, let the price go up, and then they sell it at twice or three times the price to gamers or miners alike. So there are multiple problems here, ranked as following. So the top problem is miners and scalpers, then high demand for consoles, so Xbox Series X and PS5, and unprecedented demand for cars. Now you'd think, why would cars need CPU or GPU? Now modern day electric vehicle and even the gas powered vehicle, they have controls for engine, everything linked to a computer which has a GPU, which is also either supplied by NVIDIA or AMD, or is manufactured in the same factory like TSMC or Samsung, where normal GPUs are manufactured. So because of that, like these 5 reasons, it creates a massive demand which causes the price to increase, while COVID momentarily caused factories to shut down, so that caused disruption in supply chain of these products, which means not only just the supply pushes the prices up, but the demand itself is also pushing the price up, just ignoring all the profitability and mining, craze behind these cards. But there is hope. Now, if you look at significant events during the last decade or so, in 2009 we had the global financial crisis. Everything tumbled down, and then after the news cycle and all the process passes through, it goes back to normal or better. Same thing in 2017, 2018, the Bitcoin bubble. Everyone got on the hype train, got on, the news cycle passed through, came back to where it belonged, where it was. Now this year, it went up because there were a few events that happened back to back, where some governments started to accept Bitcoin. There was Elon Musk announcing that Tesla will accept Bitcoin for buying a Tesla. All of that is now retracted though. China has actually banned cryptocurrency. And you might think that's just one country, but if you actually look at the data, more than 60% of crypto miners actually are from China. So that's a significant thing for crypto. So because of all this news, Bitcoin has actually started tumbling from the highs it made in March, April. Now it's back to 29k as of yesterday, and it is averaging about 30,000 right now. And also Ethereum followed the trend as well. Not only that, Ethereum has actually announced they will not allow GPUs for mining Ethereum. So that's a significant one that's actually getting applied from December of this year. The other thing Ethereum is doing is actually reducing the transaction cost. So that's the payout you get for mining. It's called gas prices, but I'm not going to go into detail about that. Basically what it means, miners get less money for the amount of time and power they spend on their miner rigs. At this point you might think I'm just blabbering about news and news cycles and stocks, but here's the situation. At least in Australia, if you go to their top retailers such as PC Case Gear or MSY, if you look at their stores, you can see almost all of the GPUs are available and in stock, but people are not buying them. Either the place has overstocked the GPUs, which is unlikely, because if the prices go down, the store will have to take the loss and sell it at MSRP or close to that, which means people are waiting. People are not rushing to buy, scalpers are not scalping, miners are not buying cards for mining because of the news earlier. In fact, the secondary markets such as eBay or Gumtree, you can see the prices decline there as well. That's just a start. If you look at Amazon India, you can actually buy a graphics card right now, but they're pretty expensive. No one is buying it. It's just sitting there in stock. And I feel like this trend will continue across all countries, where people will just realize that they can wait and get it at MSRP. And I'm not the only one speculating this. I think Jay's 2 Cents, PC Centric, PC Builder, Paul's Hardware, Tom's Hardware, All of these guys have done their own research as well. I'll link it in the description for you to check it out. But mostly it's a summary of secondary market analysis where they look at eBay prices of GPUs slightly starting to drop every month, which is expected to continue based on the leading indicators. Now, what does this mean for you? What do you do right now? Now, if you have a GPU right now that is fairly recent and you are planning to upgrade it this year, my suggestion is to sell it while the secondary market prices are not so bad. I'm saying this because I sold my old 1060, which I wasn't even using. It was sitting in a box, and I sold it for 400 Australian dollars or 300 US dollars. And I sold my old 1080 Ti, which I was using every day for gaming and video editing. You can see I'm using my laptop now. But my desktop GPU, I got rid of it for a whopping 500 US dollars. Just to put it into perspective, I got that card for 750 US dollars 4.5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. But I got a fair amount of use out of it. But as soon as I listed it, I wanted to pick it up for either mining or gaming. I don't mind, I just got rid of it. And I'm waiting to get my 3080. That's my suggestion right now. But if you don't have a GPU, don't fret, I have a suggestion for you. If you're planning to build a brand new PC and you're looking at the Ryzen 5 5600X or 5800X or the Intel 1100 series, I would suggest wait. Because in September or October, Intel is planning to launch the new platform that will actually support DDR5 memory, which will be significantly faster than what we have right now. Also, so if you buy AMD right now, you'd be stuck with that board and that generation for a while because AMD is reportedly going LGA for the next year. So yeah, there is no upgrade path for CPU. If you really want a desktop right now that you plan to install a discrete graphics later, I'd suggest go with AMD G series APUs, so the 5600G and 5700G. They'll get you going right now. They'll have your Windows 10 installed, your basic games like Rocket League, CSGO. You should be able to run all of that. Medium settings, respectable frames. And you can wait for the 30 series or the RX series card to be available at MSRP. Those are my 3 suggestions. Sell your old cards if you don't need them. Buy a PC if you really need it, like the APUs or something like that. Third one is just wait. You'll get way better components available starting September or October, and you'll get GPUs most likely at MSRP or less because the miners will have to sell because they're not profitable anymore. So we should see some sort of a flood of GPUs, either old 10 series, 20 series, or maybe even 30 series on secondary markets such as eBay. And even if you don't want the latest generation DDR5 or you don't want the next gen Intel chip or AMD chips, rest assured in September when it launches, it will drop the prices of the older components or older generation of components, so you will save money that way anyway because it's kinda useless to spend right now. That's my opinion. Thanks again very much for watching. Let me know if you like this kind of video format by dropping a thumbs up on the video, and to stay up to date on latest tech, drop a subscribe and ding the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.